Hello everyone, welcome back to this tutorial for introduction to AutoCAD. In the last video we discussed about the tools that can be used in the drawing section. So today I will be discussing about the commands that are available in the modify section. In the last lecture we discussed all these commands, all these things that are there in the drawing section. Now in today's lecture I will be discussing about the various commands in modify section. So these commands they save the time. Whenever we draw, they save our time in the drawing. Okay, so that is why these commands are very helpful and very important to understand. So if you click on any of the icons, say for example firstly let's observe the cursor. The cursor without the commands being active is like this, like a crosshair. It shows that there is no command active. Okay, now if I am clicking on any of the icons, say for example M, move. So in this case, as you can see, the cursor has been changed, the shape has been changed, and it is a small square right now. Okay, moving on, let me just prepare my workspace by specifying the units. For example, I'm taking architecture, which is already over there, 0 feet 0 inches, and again inches. Okay, and then as I told you, AutoCAD is dimensionless, so we go with zoom, enter, A, enter. Okay, so yes, plus I told you one more thing, and that is O snap, which is very important. And here endpoint, midpoint, and center is very important to specify, and it is already open here. So snap mode is on, ortho is on right now. So moving on, firstly, how to use this command move. So as the word suggests, it is used to move the object from one to the place to the another place. Say for example, I have a rectangle over here. I have an object, a rectangle is over here. Now I want to move this object. Okay, what will I do? Either I'll go over here, click on move, and it will be done. Or what will I do? I'll go in the command line, type M, enter, which is the command for move. I have to select the object, say this is my object, I'll select it, and then I'll press enter. Then I have to specify the base point. I've specified the base point. I can give the distance also, for how much distance I need to move it. Say for example, I am moving it to 7 feet away. Okay, it is just displaced from its original position. This is how we can move the object. All right, then we have, after this command, we have copy command. Copy command is same as move command, is just that the original object will be there with you. Okay, so this is the only difference between the two. So moving on, if you have to copy this object, I need a copy of this object. In that sense, what will I do? I'll either go to this modify section and click on copy, or I can go on the command line, type CO, which is the command for copy, enter. Then it says select the object, so I'll select this object, press enter, and then I have to select the base point. So I'm clicking on the base point, and here I need a copy, say 1, say 2. Okay, so this is how we can make the copy of an object. Now you want n number of copies with a certain distance between the columns and the rows. Okay, in that way, what can be done? Okay, firstly let me just remove these two objects. Okay, so I need n number of copies. Okay, so in that sense, what will I do? I'll again go with CO, enter. Okay, then I'll select the object again, enter. Now it is like I will displace it. So after clicking the object, as you can see here, one thing appears on the command line has popped up, that is array. This array command is used for this purpose. I click on array. Okay, now it is saying enter the number of items to array. Say for example, I need 3. Okay, so I need 3 copies in a row. Then I have to specify the second point. Say for example this. Okay, in this way you can go with it. Again, you can click on array. Okay, then again you can enter the number of items, say 4. You can go with this. All right, this is how you can do it. Now in case you want it in rows and columns, in that sense what you can do, you can either go with the copy command or you can directly go on array command like this. If I'm clicking on array command, it's directly going on it. So what will I do? Firstly, let me just delete these two objects and go with it. A, okay. So I'll go with the array command like this. Okay, I've clicked on it, selected the object, press enter. Now here loads of things have come up over here. For example, I want columns to be in certain number. Say for example, I want 3 columns. Okay, number of columns are 3. Enter. Now it is giving also asking me about the distance between the columns. Say for example, I'm saying it is like 3 feet of distance. 3 feet will be less, say 6 feet. Okay, 6 feet is also very less. Columns, I'll say 3 columns, and then I'm saying that it is like 9 feet away. Okay, so as you can see, we are having these 3 columns. Okay, you can change the number of rows also, clicking on rows. Say for example, I need 5 rows. Okay, and the distance between them is, say for example, already there is 10 feet. Okay, now it is talking about the incrementing elevation between rows, which is like 0 feet. I am giving 2 feet, it's not necessary. Okay, so yeah, in this way, as you can see, we have 5 rows, 1 2 3 4 and 5 rows and 3 columns. This is how you can go with the array command, and the distance is also given. As you can see, the distance between 2 columns is much less. I have given much less distance between the two. You can change it also. Okay, so this was the usage of array command. Now talking about a command that is over here, and that is rotate. Now in order to rotate an object, if for example, if I have this object and I need to rotate it in some other direction, then in that case what will I do? I'll either go on this rotate command, or I'll write ro enter, which is the command for rotate. Then I have to select the object, so I'm selecting this object. All right, then press enter. Okay, so selecting the base point, I'm taking this base point, and I can rotate this object in this base point in any direction. Okay, so I can do that. Say for example, I have rotated in this direction. Now I want this object in the original direction again. Okay, in that case, I'll again write ro enter, and I'll select the object in the same way. I selected the object, press enter. Now I'm selecting the base point, say for example this. So I want to be able to give that exact position of this object. Okay, say see, I cannot do this. Okay, so in order to do that, what I'll do is I'll keep this polar mode on, which is already over there. Okay, my polar mode is on, so I'll again do ro enter, and I'll select the object. Okay, press enter. Okay, now I have pressed enter. Now I want this object in the same position, in the same direction. I'll type in as r, which means reference, enter. So I have selected this object for rotate, so I'll press enter. So I'll be selecting this base point, for example this. Then as you can see here, we have copy and then we have reference. So we want this object to be at the original position. What I will do is I will press r, which means reference, enter. Okay, so in this way, as you can see, this green line will give me the reference in which direction I want this object to be rotated. Okay, so I have specified first point. Now I'm specifying the second point. I will rotate it in this direction. As you can see, this green line is showing me the exact position in which it was. Okay, so in this way, or I can do one thing, arrow enter. I select this object, enter, specify the base point. Okay, then I will type r enter, which means reference. Then I'll specify the reference angle, say this, and second point this. Okay, as you can see, it is giving me the reference. So yes, it is in the original position, in the original direction. So in this way we can make use of rotate command. Now coming off onto the offset command, which is over here. Here it is already given. Okay, this is the offset command, the icon for offset. So why is this offset used? It is used to create parallel lines, or we can say the concentric circles or the parallel arcs, which I will be showing you how. Say for example, I have an object. I talked about parallel lines. Say I have a line of a certain length. Okay, now I want a parallel lines. Okay, in that sense, what I will do at, okay, offset is used for drawing parallel line with a certain distance. Okay, we can give a confined distance in which we can draw the offset lines, the parallel lines. Say for example, I have to draw an offset for this line. Either I'll go on this option, okay, click on this option, or I'll type O, enter, which is the command for offset. Then it's asking for the distance. Say for example, I want it at 2 feet, enter. Okay, then I'll select the object and offset. Either I want the inside offset or the outside offset, like in the upper side or the lower side. If you want it in the outside, I have drawn it on the outside as well. This depends on the requirement you have. So in this way I can draw a parallel line using offset. Okay, now if you want to draw multiple parallel lines, in that case you will again go for offset command, O, enter. Let me first delete this line so that you don't get confused with it. For example, if you want to draw multiple parallel lines, in that case what you will do is you can type in O, enter, then you give a certain distance, say 2 feet for example, and then you want the multiple lines. In this way you cannot go for the multiple lines. You have to again go for offset command and again go for the distance and again give the a distance and form it again, draw it again. So in this way we cannot draw the multiple lines. So for that, what I can do is I can go with the offset command and I can type in the distance. Say for example, I have typed in the distance. Then I will go select the object. See, it's asking for multiple. Either you can click on this multiple or you can type M, enter. Okay, so you can now draw the multiple offsets. All right. So yes, in this way I can draw the multiple parallel lines, as many as I want. Okay. Now here, as you can see, you have a figure, okay, and I want to again draw an offset line in order to draw the another figure likewise. In this case, what I'll do is I'll go with offset again. Like for example, I'll draw a line first in order to specify this. Okay, I'm drawing a line and I want this figure to be same in case of the actually this is a house, the front view of a house. So I want the another one with the same doors and windows. Okay, the same position of doors and windows. In that case, what I'll do is I have drawn a line already, the baseline. Now I want same doors and windows at the same position. So what will I do? I'll go with offset command, O, enter. Okay, now it has one option, and that is through command. Okay, you'll click on this through. All right, then what is it asking? I have to select the object to offset like this. I have to select the object in this direction. Okay, okay, again I'll click on this, and then like here I want it over here. Then again I'll click on it in the direction of this. This is how you can go with it. Okay, this is the function of through in offset. All right, now let's talk about the offsets for ellipse and for arc. It is as same as I did it in the previous figures. Similarly, I'll either click over here for offset, or I'll go with O, enter, and I will just specify the distance, say 2 feet. Okay, and then I'll just select the object. Here is my offset. It is the inner offset. If you want the offset in the outer side, again you can click on it and move outside. Okay, this is how you can draw an offset in an ellipse. Similar is the case with arc. Again, I'll go with the command. I have press escape. You can press enter again to move into the command. Now I have to give the distance, say 3 feet. Okay, and this is the inner offset, and it can be the outer offset as. This is how you can go with the offset for arcs and ellipse. Okay. Okay, coming to one more command, and that is over here, that is trim. Trim is used to trim out the lines or to erase the lines which intersect each other. Okay, for example, in this figure, I don't need this part of these parts of lines. Okay, in that case, what I'll do, I cannot go for erase option, I cannot go for delete option, I can just go for trim option, wherein I can trim out the exceeding lines, intersecting lines. Okay, so I'll just go with this trim. Either I can click over here or I can write down TR double enter. Okay, this is how you can trim out the object. Select it and trim it out. Select it and trim it out. This is how you can do it. Okay, so yeah, here we need to trim. Thus, these are the objects that we are trimming. Be very careful in trimming the objects so that you don't spoil your diagram. So yeah, you have to be very precise in it. Now in this figure, as you can see, I need to extend these lines. In order to extend it to this point, I have to make the use of command extend. Okay, in this trim only you have the command extend. Either you can go with this, or what you can do is you can just type in over your command line area ex enter, which is the command for extend. Then you need to select the object that you need to extend, like this and this is where you want this line. Okay, and then press enter. Then I have to extend it line, extend this line. Okay, I selected the object and then this part, and then press enter and can extend it as well. So yeah, I've selected the objects. I'm doing it again. EX enter and select the object. Then click on the object that up to which you need to extend this object, and then press enter. Click on it. It will get extended. Okay. So it has been extended. Okay. So similarly, you can do it for the rest of the lines. You can do one thing. You can go EX enter. You can just select these, how many of them are. Say for example, I'm selecting these, then you can select this to which you need to extend it, and then press enter, and similarly you can extend them all. Okay, so yes, this is how you may extend it. Moving on. Now coming to the mirror command, which is over here. Either you can click it over here or you can type mi enter. So let me go with the command mi enter. I have to select the object. Say for example, this is an object and I'm selecting it. Okay, then press enter and select the base point. Say for example, I will select this point. Okay, now you can see you can go with any of it. You have to just specify the line, the mirror line. Say for example, I'm specifying this line, and then it's asking me whether you need to erase the source object or not. I will type n. No, n means no. Enter. So your source object is also there, and the mirrored image is also there. This is how you can do it. Now, if you want this, the another half, or we can say the mirror image of this object in the other direction, I have to make complete triangle. If this is a right angle triangle, and I need the another half of the complete triangle. In that case, what I'll do is I'll again go with the mirror command M. I enter. I'll select this object. Okay, press enter. Then I'll specify the line, the first point. Okay, I'm specifying it. I have to specify the second one, which is this. Okay, in this way I can, then again it's asking me for if I want to keep the source object or not. I will keep it and say I cannot erase it and enter. So this is the way in which you can get the mirror image of the same, and we have completed the another half of this object. Okay, so this is the use of mirror command. Now we are moving on to this fillet command and chamfer command, which is in the drop down also. As you can see, this is fillet and this is chamfer. Okay, the use of fillet and chamfer is that it changes the corners of lines. Say for example, fillet changes the corner into the arc, and talking of chamfer, it changes the corner into a line. Okay. So, talking about fillet command, if for example this is my figure and I need to go with the fillet command, click over here. Okay, I've clicked it. Now it is asking me for selecting the object. For example, selecting this object. Okay, now I'll type R, that is radius at which you want it. R, enter. Now I'll give a radius of certain 2 feet, say for example. Then I'll click on the other object. As you can see here, I have changed it into an arc. Okay, this corner has been changed into an arc. So this is how you can use a fillet command. Okay, similarly you can go with it for the others also, selecting this, and you can do it. Enter this and this, this and this. All right, so this is how you can go with the fillet command. Now talking about the polyline, if you have any object which is like a polyline, I'm going with a polyline. Say for example this is something which I am drawing. Okay, this is a polyline. Okay, now I have to again go with the fillet command. I will click on it, click on the object. Say for example this corner I have taken, I'll take a radius of 3 feet for example. Okay, and then go with it. As you can see, it nothing happened, it gave me an error. So where I went wrong was, see, we go with this command fillet. Okay, and then what do? Here we have to select the object, but before that, as you can see, there is a polyline. I can go with P, which is polyline, enter, and then I can give the, either I have to give the radius, say I'll give a radius of R, enter, say 3 feet. Okay, then I can go with it. As you can see, all the corners have been filleted out, curved off. Okay, except this column from where we started. The reason for this is that I clicked on when I when I went for the drawing of this object, I didn't go for closure of the polyline. I just clicked over here and then clicked over here and then completed this diagram. So this is the only difference. I will again draw a polyline with a close command. Say this for example, the same figure I'll draw. Okay, and I'll type CL, which is close, enter. Okay, in this case, if you'll go with the same fillet, okay, then it's a polyline P, enter. Then you will give a radius of, say for example, 3 feet, enter, and then C. As you can see, all the corners have been curved. So this is the working of a fillet. Now, as you can see, we have a figure and we need to again use fillet command. We need to curve off the corners, but here we have a very complicated figure. We have a lot of corners over here. In that case, again, I'm going with the fillet command. And then what I will do is I'll type M for multiple. Okay, M enter. Then I'm giving a multiple command, and I have to select the object and give the radius. So for example, R, enter. I am giving a 3 feet radius. Okay, so yeah, this is how you can do it. See, you can see, as you can see, I don't have to again jot down, or I mean go with the radius part and then type the radius, and this is how you can do it very easily. Okay, so yes, this is how you can use it. Now coming to the chamfer, which is over here in the drop down menu. So yeah, we can use it to make our corners in a straight line. Okay, to convert them into a straight line. It works same as fillet works. Okay, so going with this object, if I want to cut it off like this, I'll click on chamfer. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll just select one corner, one line, and then I have to give the distance. Okay, I have to give the distance, so I'll type D, enter. Okay, distance of, say I am taking 1 feet from one corner, then I have to specify second feet from second corner. Okay, it's much less. Okay, this is how you can do it. Again, you type enter and it will take the previous distance only and will chamfer it. Keep on entering. You can by pressing enter, you can move on to the previous command. Okay, so this is how you can do it. Again, if you go with the polyline, if I draw a polyline, say for example this, I am drawing a figure. Okay, I'm drawing a figure, and okay, so this is a polyline, and in this case what I'll do is I'll again click on chamfer. Okay, now it's a polyline. I'll type P, enter. Okay, now I'll give the distance D, enter. I'll give, say for example, 2 feet, and second distance also 2 feet. Okay, so this is how it is. As you can see, again this corner has not been changed. In this case, I again didn't make use of close. So in this next figure, what I'll do, I'll again go with the polyline like this and draw the same figure, but I'll choose to use the close option. Okay, I'll just do CL, enter, which will close the polyline, close this figure. Okay, by using the CL, we will just see what's the difference. I'll again go on the chamfer option, and what I'll do is it's a polyline, so I'll enter P, enter. Then I'll go with the distance, that is D, enter. I'll go with again 2 feet, enter. Another distance will be 3 feet. Okay, so as you can see, all of them will be changed. This is how you can do it. And if it is any complex figure, as I told you, in the fillet command only, we can go with the multiple thing. Using multiple command, multiple fillet option, you can here in this case it's multiple chamfer option, you can change it. Okay, you can do multiple, you can do it on the multiple corners. So this is the use of chamfer command. Okay, in this figure, as you can see, it's a bit complicated figure wherein you will be asked to draw the offsets, as I already taught you what an offset is. Now here in this case, I'll be drawing an offset. For that, I will go with O, enter, and then I have to specify the distance, say 2 feet, enter. So I will be drawing an offset like this. Okay, so yeah, I'm drawing an offset. So yeah, as you can see over here, the we need, this is an extra part. For this, what I can do is I can go with the trim command, TR, double enter, wherein you can trim it out in order to get away with it. this cannot be trimmed out, it's not an intersection now. You can just delete it. Okay, similar is the case with this. Go with the tr double enter and you can trim this out first and then this lines. Okay, so yeah, this is how you can make an offset for a complex one. So that's all for today. I'll be discussing much about this, the more things that you can be done in this case in the next lecture. I hope this was fruitful for you all. Thank you so much. Have a good one.